Hello, my name is Wayne Vanderhoof. The students often call me Mr. V. I've been teaching at Dugan for the last 17 years in health and physical education. My current class lineup involves kindergarten physical education, first grade physical education, second grade health, third grade physical education, fourth grade health, and fifth grade physical education. This year, we look forward to working hard in the gym, and we have many different activities, including some new equipment that we are going to be trying out. In health, we're going to continue to work on learning about our body systems, nutrition, and lifetime goals for attaining health and wellness. In physical education, please help your children to remember their physical education and gym days. We encourage the students to dress comfortably and in clothes that fit them so that they can move freely through the gym throughout the class. I also would appreciate them wearing sneakers. If they are wearing anything like Crocs, Uggs, boots, or dress shoes, and sometimes when it's warmer, sandals and flip flops, they will not be able to participate in some of the activities. Thank you for taking the time to view my video. If you have any questions or comments, or you need to reach me at any time throughout the entire year, please use my email. My email is wvanderhoof@mtps.org, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you and have a good night.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Acosta. I am a physical education and health teacher here at Frank Dugan Elementary School. This is my second year as a teacher in this school. In physical education, I teach kindergarten and fourth grade. Please remind your child to wear sneakers on their gym day. In physical education, we learn about proper sportsmanship and ways to encourage others through various games and activities. In health, I teach third grade and fifth grade. In health, we learn about wellness, nutrition, healthy habits, and ways to be physically active and healthy for a lifetime. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me through email. I'm looking forward to a great year. Thank you and have a great evening.
Happy back to school night. Summer's officially over. We can welcome in the fall season, and we can get rid of our beach balls until next summer. A little bit about myself. My name is Mr. Anastasio, or Mr. A for short. This is my first year here at Dugan as a long-term sub. I graduated Rowan University this past year, and I have my degree in health and physical education. I teach second grade PE and first grade health. For PE, you can expect to learn sportsmanship, teamwork, different sports paired with different skills, and just promoting an overall healthy and active lifestyle. For first grade health, we're learning how our body works, what keeps our body safe, different safety tips, and just to name a few for short. I'm really looking forward to what this year has to offer us. Looking forward to, teaching your children different skills and just having fun. Just because that's what school's about, learning and having fun. I'm very excited to be here. Let's go Dugan Dragons.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Pelletier. I'm the vocal music teacher at Frank J. Dugan School. I see all the students ranging from K to 5, every single class, once a week for 40 minutes. So we try to get as much done as we can since we only have 40 minutes. For kindergarten, we focus on movement and song, steady beat, rhythm, learning how to hold percussion instruments, instruments that you can hit, strike, shake. We learn about rest position, ready position, and starting with steady beat, and then hopefully we get into more rhythms and very, very simplified rhythm reading in kindergarten. We also do a lot of musical games to reinforce those musical concepts that we learn every week. In first grade, we kind of expand on that. We learn about the boom whackers. That's a brand new percussion instrument. It's very thin and melodic that we hit on the floor to make a sound. And we will incorporate those with also the drums and other rhythm instruments. We will also be learning about more rhythms and tas and TTs and rests. A lot of dance also that we try to incorporate in our music class as well, as long as listening. So listening skills are very important, just listening to music rather than singing, clapping along, and trying to get a feel of what the music is trying to tell us. In grades 2 or 3, we move into more reading. We're going to be learning to try to get ourselves ready to play the recorder once we get into 3rd grade. So not only are we going to get into more complicated rhythms like quarter notes, eighth notes, rests, half notes, whole notes, we are also going to be learning how to read the staff, the lines and spaces on the treble clef. Once we get ourselves into 3rd grade, that's where our big recorder unit begins. We usually do a little rhythm and note review in 3rd grade, and then we go right into playing in the 3rd marking period. The recorder is a very simple woodwind instrument, and it gives the students an opportunity to take everything that we learned, the rhythms and note reading, and put it all together in playing with their technique and fingerings. And I'm hoping they're going to enjoy it enough that in 4th grade it will motivate them to move on and play an instrument with Mr. Young. In 4th grade, we are going to be singing. We're going to be doing some Veterans Day projects the beginning of the year, and then move on to melodic instruments, again with the boomwhackers and also the xylophones. We're also going to be studying composers and also musical families as we get closer to the end of the year. In 5th grade, we're getting back into singing. Very fortunate to have our 5th grade show last May after 3 years of not having one due to the pandemic. So again, we're going to probably start after our Veterans Day projects in the fall. We're going to begin working on our 5th grade show, which is usually the Wednesday before Memorial Day weekend. So that will be in May. So I'm looking forward to a very musical year and productive year as we get back to normal. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And I look forward to working with your children this year. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Purdy, and I am your child's art teacher. This is my 10th year here at Dugan. Previously, I taught in a K-12 school, and I was there for 2 years, and then I came to Dugan, and I have been here ever since. So a little bit about the art program. The art program follows the curriculum, and the New Jersey art curriculum follows what is known as the elements of art. So the elements of art is kind of like our building blocks for creating art. So line, shape, color, texture, value, form. And through there, we kind of experiment with different materials, different techniques, art history. We will connect with what your child is learning in their classroom. So if they're speaking on a certain topic that has an art component, we'll bridge that gap. If they're talking about a specific artist in a biography project, we'll bridge that gap, talk about that art, create in their style. And we tend to get messy. So one thing about art is on the day that your child has art, if you want to try to not send them with that brand new beautiful shirt, everything we use is washable. But the one thing you've probably found with washable paint is if it sits on the shirt for too long, it sometimes doesn't come out. So please make sure if your children tend to get fully into their art, which is totally fine, you could always send them with a smock. Smock is just an oversized t-shirt, or it could be one of your t-shirts that you give them, so it's a little bit bigger than the clothes that they're currently wearing, or it could be an actual smock apron. What could happen, especially my younger artists that are still learning our brush control, I recommend in kindergarten and maybe 1st grade. If you sent a smock in last year in kindergarten, I still have it, so do not worry about sending it back in. My kindergarten friends, you should have been receiving a letter home from your classroom teacher that said, what about the smock? but feel free to send it in on art day. I will keep them in the art room. My older artists, if you get fully into it, or your child gets very, very into their art, you could always send it in. They'll just bring it in on the day that they have their art class. So a little bit about the rotation. We'll have art once a week. So depending on the week, if we have 5 days of school that week, they'll have art every, let's say, Tuesday. When we're in the art room, we are, for the most part, creating. Sometimes we will have peer critiques at the end of a project. Sometimes we will discuss art history collaboratively. But most of the time, we're exploring the materials, blending different materials like watercolors or oil pastels. Behind me, that way, you can see my objectives board. Kicking off the beginning of the school year, we are starting with color and line and shape, because those are kind of the main three. We talk about when the artist picks up their pencil, they'll make a line. Sometimes it closes in, it turns to a shape, and then they'll decide to add color. We'll talk about color families and bring in some art vocabulary words. They should be bringing them home. I tell them, when you get home, tell your parents what you learned in art class. That way, you're repeating it and getting those art terms in our brain. So when the year is wrapping up at the end to celebrate all of our Dugan artists, we have an art show. The art show features every single student in Dugan, so everybody has something hung up and displayed. And it's just a fun night to celebrate. You could come and create artwork with your child. You can come and observe all the other artwork. This year, save the date already. It is Thursday, June 1st from 5 to 7, and it will be in the Dugan cafeteria. We transform it into an art gallery. So that is just a little bit about my program. If you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out by email or phone. My email is, I will put it on the screen too so you can see it, cpurdy@mtps.org. My 5th grade artists, we will be talking about the Creative Arts program. If you were to go to my teacher's website, my 5th grade parents, there is a little bit of information that I put up there about the Creative Arts program. I will be explaining it more to your children as we get closer to the end of the year. And I will explain it to you on a one-to-one basis if you do have any more specific questions. So that is it. If you have, like I said, more questions, please reach me at the email below on your screen. And I hope to see you during the school year or at the art show. Bye.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mr. Seibert, and I'm the media specialist here at Dugan School. While it's only my 2nd year in the media center, I've been teaching at Dugan for nearly 10 years. My approach to teaching has always been to engage all learners through the use of technology. While our children are considered digital natives, practically being born with devices in their hands, it's our job to demonstrate how and when to use them appropriately and efficiently. Throughout your child's time at Dugan, from kindergarten to 5th grade, they will learn quintessential computer skills like typing, word processing, data entry, and basics in digital design, as well as computer research skills, copywriting, plagiarism, using reliable sources, what it means to have a positive digital footprint, and to be a good digital citizen. We'll also focus on how to use various types of media to share our stories with an audience. For example, students learn basics of video editing techniques to produce videos and share them on our FJD Media Center YouTube channel. Students also learn basic audio editing skills to produce short podcasts, which are hosted on our FJD Media Center podcast network, which can be found on all major streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. While classes are technology-driven, there's still time dedicated to library skills and STEAM projects. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. A good example of this is what we're doing right now in kindergarten. Our current unit is on growth mindset and developing a positive attitude when encountering problems. So we start off by reading a book called What Do You Do with a Problem? And in the story, the main character builds a catapult to launch himself at the problem. After reading the story, we tie in a STEAM building activity where students build a catapult. This lesson, we discuss basic engineering concepts and how humans use machines to help them with work. This is just a brief overview of some of the things that we'll do in our class. The best way to know what goes on in class is to see it for yourself. I encourage you to check out FJD Media Center on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, or Instagram. You can just search for us, or you can go to my teacher page for direct links. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me at the email below. Thank you for your time and for placing the faith and confidence in me to be a positive influence in your children's lives. I look forward to a great school year. Thanks.